You didn't say the magic word. Hey, leave me a comment below and tell me what's that from. Didn't say the magic word. Salute, man. Wow, this is Boxing Nocturnal Thoughts, man. How everybody doing out there, the YouTube boxing community? Boxing Nocturnal Thoughts. If you're new to my channel, man, thumbs up, leave me a comment, and hit the subscribe button, notification bell, so on and so forth. But what am I thinking about as far as boxing concerns tonight? Nocturnally thinking about boxing. It's funny to me. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get out the way on this. I'm gonna digress, but I'm gonna say this because yesterday I was listening to some panels, and it always just really tickles my ears when I hear conversations of men talking about they alpha males, and they spend the whole time talking about other dudes fighting. Like, if you're on YouTube, this is my opinion. Don't take this shit to part. If you take it how you want to take it. If you're on YouTube and you're talking about boxers, don't talk about yourself as an alpha male. Just be a man. I'm just a man. I'm a man. I don't got to put no adjective next to being a man. It's plain and simple. M-A-N. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. And all that other shit people be talking about, alpha, betas, blah, 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 blah. It's funny to hear people sit there and talk about this boxer and talk about his money and talk about his life and talk about all the shit he doing and all the shit he accomplished, and then turn around and call yourself. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I just can't do it. You are not an alpha male, and you spend hours and hours and hours talking about other men and what they do. Knock it off. Stop trying to. I'm a man. Period, point blank. And I like the sport of boxing. I like talking about boxing. And then I like to, you know what I'm saying, I really look at boxers and salute them for putting their life into this disciplinary warrior mentality. When they fall, I try not to kick them when they down. When they up, I salute them. But at the end of the day, they just a man. They put on their pants one leg at a time, just like me. They shit stink, but what they eat don't make me shit. So it's like, I salute them. And I talk about them on this platform of boxing. So I'm not going to sit here and talk about, I'm an alpha male, and I'm talking about these other dudes and what they accomplished. No, as a boxing fan, in some form or fashion, you live vicariously through all these boxers, through their ups, downs, through their victories, and through their failures. I salute them. You know what I'm saying? I do hear some other dudes that just go way too crazy and just be way like, but I feel like they be the younger boxing fans. But I mean, I'm fucking past my midpoint in life, so I can't expect myself to relate to what the little young dudes is talking about. So I just let them do what they do. They got their own language and their own lane. I stay in my lane. Anyways, I digress. If you hear what I'm talking about, salute. And then let's talk about Teofimo Lopez, man, the takeover. I like Teofimo Lopez. At one point in time, I felt like he was ahead of the pack when it comes to this generation's what was it called? We was trying to compare them to the, you know, Four Kings, the marvelous Marvin Hagler and Thomas Hitman Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran, the Hands of Stone. We had those four guys, and we've seen all those guys rumble. We've seen Hagler versus Hearns, and Hearns versus Sugar Ray, and, you know, Roberto versus Sugar Ray, and Sugar Ray versus Hagler. We've seen those guys rumble. So you had this little new breed of these dudes, Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez. People was trying to say these was the Four Kings, the new coming of the Four Kings. And then, of course, you have Vasily Lomachenko and you have Shakur Stevenson kind of, you know, coming up too, right? These guys just ain't fought each other. But we've seen Teofimo Lopez fight against Lomachenko and it came out victorious. Salute that. Bow. Then he fumbles the ball when he fights Kambosos. We went through the Triller situation. It was a delay. He got sick. He had other issues. He went into the fight. He went into that fight lacking. He went into that fight underestimating his opponent. He went into that fight reckless, half-cocked, and he suffered a defeat. By the hands of Kambosos, he suffered his first defeat. He moved up to 140. He fought at 140. The dude he fought, I really don't remember the dude's name. I did watch that fight. And from what I saw from Teofimo Lopez debut at 140, some things that he did that I liked, and some things that I saw him do I felt like still had flaw. Now at the same time, I feel like he was trying to rebuild his confidence. He got that knockout, and you know what I'm saying, they was right back on it. We told everybody, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I salute that knockout. Certain things I seen, I was like, you know what I'm saying, I still see the potential of him being a champion again, no doubt about it. But I'm listening to his interviews with Brian Custer, and you know, some of the things he's saying on different interviews I've seen him do recently promoting this fight he has coming up. I just don't know if Teofimo Lopez is all the way confident versus posturing and bravado or bluster or, you know, cocky. It's still, some of the things he say still resonate as being more cocky. And it's funny because he was saying the same thing about these other guys, Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. He's saying they cocky, not confidence, and they being built. And in all they fights, you see them fight, it's like they being built up. And I was just thinking to myself at that time, that might be what people are saying nowadays. It's like projecting, self-projecting. I keep hearing that terminology all the time on boxing platforms now. You self-projecting, you self-projecting. Well, to me, this applies to what Teofimo Lopez is doing right now. And I mean, I still feel like he should be victorious in this fight. And he should be victorious in a lot of fights. But it's just something about Teofimo Lopez, the way he's carrying himself. I don't know how he's going to face the adversity that's going to make him have to go up another level to really, really face down. Like, I feel like this. I thought that Teofimo Lopez had a good shot at beating Devin Haney before at Once Upon a Time. I think he had a great shot at being able to beat Tank, Shakur, and Lomachenko. And I still believe he has that ability to beat those guys. I feel like all those guys should fight more than once because they all have the ability to beat each other. You know what I'm saying? So they should be fighting once, twice, 3 times the lady. They should be fighting multiple times. But anyways, so I still think that Teofimo Lopez has what it takes to beat those guys. But when I listen to him do different interviews and the way he's talking, I don't know if he believes in himself as much as he did at Once Upon a Time, or if he ever had. I don't know how much I give him all kind of credit and props, and I salute him. And he's at 140, and that's cool. Some of the things he say, just, I don't feel like he should be doing interviews as well. Like, sometimes he just answers questions and then he just kind of says the wrong thing. I don't want to nitpick at what the man say, but I feel like sometimes if he's saying what he believes and he believes in what he's saying, then I see where he's going to be looking at some more losses in his future if his mind is not 100% sharp and focused and dialed in on really what he's doing. Like I feel like he overrates himself sometimes. That's what I'm saying. I feel like he overrates himself, and when he does that, that allows the opportunity, or that allows for you to underestimate your opponent. Like, I always feel like this. Like, you should never have a low self-belief or self-esteem. You should always be confident, but you should always allow there to be some kind of doubt that makes you just keep working harder, where you be like, man, I could lose. Even if you don't say the shit, you should be. I like when it be a motherfucking. It's just exceptional to me when somebody can always be talking that shit like they can't be beat, and then you didn't got beat. Let me repeat that because I'm saying that wrong. What I'm saying is, in the case of Teofimo Lopez, he acting and talking like he never got beat, like nobody can beat him, and you didn't. You didn't got beat. I don't like when boxers and fighters act like they can't be beat when they didn't got beat. You can be beat, and I like when boxers. I don't like when you go completely like the Anthony Joshua route, where you start really self-doubting yourself and you just be like, oh, I'm gonna do my best. I don't like that either. But I like when you 99% confidence, but you always got that 1% that makes you fear of losing, and that makes you look at people so dangerously that it makes you train harder to where, no, you can't be beat. You know what I'm saying? When you say, man, this dude is dangerous. This dude can beat me if I'm sleeping. This dude can beat me if I'm not training. This dude can beat me if I'm not disciplined. This dude can beat me if I'm having a bad night. And then you don't have no bad nights when you ain't just sitting there, drinking your own Kool-Aid and cocky, and you ain't really putting in the work. Like, I always liked when Zab Judah was like that, man. He had all that talent and he worked hard, but he wasn't as disciplined as he thought he was. He didn't even realize that he wasn't as disciplined as he thought he was until he trained again, when he trained with Mayweather, because he fought Mayweather and he was putting them hands on Mayweather, but Mayweather outclassed him with discipline. And I remember, after that, way after that, he said he trained with Mayweather, and it made him be like, man, I thought I used to train hard. And when I trained with Mayweather, I really realized the level of how he trained, how disciplined he was. It was a different level. And these dudes are both elite champions. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I look at I seen Teofimo Lopez in training, and that dude is athletic as hell. Forgive the noise. Just another day at work. I seen Teofimo Lopez train hard. But at the same time, I still feel like this strong, athletic dude. But the chain is only as strong as the weakest link. And if he's not addressing the weak link within his self as a fighter, then I feel like he can always be vulnerable to get exposed by a guy like Devin Haney and a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis and a guy like Shakur Stevenson. I just hope the dudes stay on his P's and Q's. Yeah, get past this fight. I think this is a decent fight. Get past this fight, secure your victory, whether it be by knockout or whatever the case may be. I'm expecting to see him knock somebody out. But if you don't knock this dude out, you know what I'm saying, past that, yeah, I want to see what's going to happen with this Josh Taylor situation or Jack Catterall situation or Regis Progress. See, the mentality of Regis Progress is what I'm saying makes him so dangerous, because he ain't just sitting there drinking his own Kool-Aid to where he just feel like he just can't be beat. That dude trains his ass off, and he goes and he kind of is always working on his weaknesses, because he started boxing late, so he don't feel like he just this Adrian Broner mentality. Well, we just born with that stuff you can't teach. And I don't like when motherfuckers start talking like that. Like, I'm just born with this stuff that can't be taught. So now all of a sudden you start lacking in your training because you feel like you just got all these gifts from God that's going to allow you to, have all these cheat codes. And I know that shit is life and it happens, but when you get to this level, I like it when you can just keep that marvelous Marvin Hagler mentality and say, it's hard to get up and run miles when you are sleeping in silk sheets and silk pajamas, and you stay blue collar mentality, you stay grinding mentality, you always stay in a warrior mode, no matter what's happening, no matter how much money, no matter how much fame, no matter how much God gifted ability you have, or athleticism, or reflexes, no matter how good you think you are, you still train like it's your first day on the damn job. And I like that mentality. And right now, I'm not seeing that type of mentality from Teofimo Lopez. I'm seeing a little bit of cockiness to him that's like posturing, that's not admitting that he do have some flaws, and he do some things that still need to be improved. And if he don't improve them, he's gonna be losing again in the future when he step up again in competition. That's my 2 cents on this whole situation. You know, congratulations to Teofimo Lopez to continue his journey after his first loss. You know what I'm saying? I wish him nothing but the best. Let the best man win between him and Martin. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know who's going to win. It's boxing and anything can happen. But at the same time, I want to give credit to Teofimo Lopez, but I also want to see, like, I'm looking at him and I'm listening to him talk, and some of the things just cause for concern. That's my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel, like I said, subscribe, leave me a comment, thumbs up, etc., etc. Salute, salute, salute. Bow. I'm gone.